Empower your financial journey with top 10 ways to manage your monthly budget. In this guide, we'll delve into strategies that ensure your financial well-being. From tracking expenses to prioritizing savings, we'll explore tactics to help you take charge of your money. Join us as we uncover practical approaches to budgeting, enabling you to achieve your goals, save for the future, and navigate your financial path with confidence. Today, we will talk about top 10 ways to manage your monthly budget. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. If, like many Americans, you often have too much month at the end of the money, it's natural to think about getting a better job or a side hustle. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but the real problem may not be how much you make but how much you spend. You may need to reduce expenses, maybe drastically. How do you do that? There are many ways to cut expenses and save money. You just need to know where to look. 1. Update subscriptions. Here's an easy one. Are there magazines, streaming services, or memberships you aren't using very much or anymore? Cancel them. Has it been months since you actually used this product or service? Can you find a cheaper version? Get rid of it. If you find out you miss it, you can always resubscribe when the money isn't as tight. Even though they aren't costing you money directly, drop any email newsletters or merchandise catalogs that tempt you to make impulse purchases. Again, you may sign up again in the future, but you need to deal with now first. 2. Create a budget. At its simplest, creating a budget requires 3 things: knowing how much you earn, knowing how much you spend, and making a plan to spend less than you make so you can save what's left over. The importance of budgeting is that once you know what your income and expenses are, you can prioritize spending to accomplish your goals. Although it's wise to keep records that account for every dollar, that method isn't for everybody. Another approach is the 50-30-20 rule. Allocate 50% for things you need: basic housing, utilities, insurance, food, clothing, taxes, debt payments. 30% for things you want: eating out, entertainment, luxuries, and 20% for savings. 3. Cheaper housing options. Your dwelling place is a big expense, so any attempt to economize has to include housing. Although home ownership is hardwired into the American psyche as the right way to live, it's worth asking whether it's right for you, or at least, if it's right for you right now. The advantages of renting include affordability. Not only may you pay less per month in rent than a mortgage, but you aren't responsible for repairs, nor do you have to pay the upfront financing costs to get a mortgage or homeowner association dues. 4. Eat at home. You have to eat, but you don't have to eat out. We get it. Dining at restaurants or on takeout food is time-saving and probably tastier than what comes out of your kitchen. However, it's a lot more expensive. A lot. You don't have to commit to a full-blown Dave Ramsey rice and beans and rice diet to make a big impact on your bottom line. But you need to cut back. Don't feel confident in the kitchen. There are oodles of cookbooks and YouTube videos for beginners. Cook several servings of some items you like and freeze what you're not going to eat for future meals. Buy non-perishable items. Use grocery coupons. Buy generic or store-brand canned goods instead of the well-known labels. Cutting back on buying cups of coffee can help reduce expenses too. 5. Shop with a list. If you're getting your food from a grocer instead of a restaurant, great. Now, you'll want to save money at the grocery store, and a tried-and-true way to do that is to make a shopping list in advance and stick to it. Resist the temptation to buy something on impulse when you get to the store. If you organize your list around sales the store has advertised, so much the better. 6. Freezing your credit cards. Credit cards are wonderfully convenient, which also is one of their drawbacks. It's so easy to make a purchase you really shouldn't, but you figure you'll pay it when the credit card bill comes due. That's how a lot of people get into credit card debt. And even if you keep your credit balance at zero, money you spend on impulse purchases is money you don't have for more important items. So find a way to make using your credit card less convenient. Keep it at home instead of your wallet or purse. It may sound crazy, but you might consider freezing, literally freezing, your credit cards in a block of ice. You'll still have them if needed, but it will take time to thaw them out, and that time might help you consider whether that purchase is really in your best interests. 7. Switch to cash only. If you're really serious about drastically cutting expenses, commit to spending cash only, if not forever, at least for the time being. Doing this forces you to account for every dollar you use, and studies indicate that people tend to be more frugal when they use cash than when they use credit cards. Using cash means you can't live above your income. 8. Pay off your debts. If you want to reduce expenses and save money, this is a no-brainer. Get out of debt. This is especially true of credit card debt, which typically carries much higher interest rate than conventional loans. Money you spend on interest is money you can't spend on something else you need or want. It's paying for the convenience of getting something before you could actually afford it. The longer it takes to pay it off, the more expensive that purchase actually was. 9. Keep track of your spending habits. If you've ever had a toddler in the house, you know how they can disappear if you aren't keeping a close eye on them. Well, money is like that too. The solution is simple, but requires discipline. Keep a written record of what you spend. If you don't know where your money is going, it's nearly impossible to know where you can cut your expenses. 10. Consolidate debts. Unless you pay cash for everything, a noble aspiration, but one few achieve, debt is likely a big part of your monthly costs. Auto loans, credit cards, student loans all add up. Each of those debts involve a separate expenditure, and each of them may have been as good a deal as you could have made at the time. But maybe you can do better by looking at your debt as a single unit. Start cutting your expenses now. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't ponder and contemplate. Get started. The sooner you start, the sooner you finish, the more you save. If your debts are large enough that you question your ability to do it, consider speaking with a credit counselor at a nonprofit credit counseling agency like In Charge Debt Solutions. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.